Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are back in the WarYes 2v2 tournament. I thought we'd do another one of these games. This one was recommended by Bulba, the organizer of that tournament. And today we have in blue on the right Nihilio and Jevosta, who have different names in game just to be confusing for casters and viewers. And then we have Karrot and Tovarish, who have their normal names over on the left in red. Much appreciated that they have their normal names. So, these guys on the right are playing as first armored and 24th, and over on the left in red we have 79th and 35th. I'm not going to go through all the units they have down, because as I explained last time, it's just too many units to try and make sense of it all. But this is a really good map. Everyone is really enjoying Airport. I think it's one of the best maps in the game. And the dual version has been a lot of fun in 1v1s and stuff. I see a fair amount of Mi-8Ts, but they're not rocket choppers. They're just the standard choppers with some WarYes getting those recon out nice and early. And we've got some Milan Paras and Terriers Paras here for Moto. Let's zoom in. I expect the first combat is going to be around Delta, as there are a couple of Mi-24Vs moving in this way. No choppers out from the 24th as yet. I was expecting maybe to see a couple of choppers at the start, but we're not seeing any. There's an F-15C Eagle out though at the far side of the map. Not sure if it's going for anything particular. And a Tornado out as well, pulling around, maybe looking for a kill on some of these choppers. It's veered off though, but here we go. The Mi-24 is now engaging on these forward deployment troops. That's the one thing, unfortunately, about the British First Armoured. Forward deployment troops don't have any AA with them. They don't get forward deployment AA. Now the jets are helping here, but obviously, there we go. They do manage to get one of those choppers down. The other one manages to fire at the Tornado, and the Tornado went down there. Oh, there are some MiG-23s in as well now. Good control straight away at this side of the map for Karrot and Tovarish. They've kind of secured the center and those 2 points around the actual airport itself. Over at this side of the map, though, they haven't gone very far forward. Lots of air exchanges going on at the moment. Obviously the Eagle, very, very dangerous. Very hard to hit. Very little ground AA at the moment. Both teams relying on those jets. Over at this far side of the map, reasonably good control again for Karrot and Tovarish. They even have some Spetsnaz group round the back there. Look at where those guys are. Right round the back. A little bit of a push going on here to getting to this point with a load of warriors. Should make short work of those WarYes. Chieftain in support. Robot at the back there firing out missiles. Oh, nice kill. I think the warriors were trying to move back out the way of that. Spetsnaz crew here gets a lovely side shot on that chieftain. The chieftain stunned and it goes down. Beautifully done. Spetsnaz crew just waiting till it was in range and getting the kill. The city certainly looks like the blue team have more there. Lots of MP patrols in there. A couple of tanks at the back. We have some ATGMs coming across from the Metis. Does have a miss though. And at the far side of the left there, we still have the same situation, very much in blue's control. Currently +2 to the blue team. That is due to a lack of capping of points, actually, because this point still isn't capped. Not that there's anything in there, incidentally. Do see a cub being moved up to the front there. There's a command sat at the back, waiting to move into this point for the blue team as well, but very little for blue team over this side. Those Spetsnaz group still trundling across the back of the map there. What are they trying to get eyes on at this point? Command being moved into this point here. Oh, another tornado goes down. Although a MiG-29 goes down at the same time. And here's that F-15 coming in for the MiG. MiG goes down as well. Stinger finishes the job. Lots of aircraft losses here. Some reinforcements arriving into the city area for Karrot and Tovarish. Very little happening at that side of the map. Obviously, it would be risky and a massive overextension to push the back points here, potentially, for the blue team. As they could get cut off. Obviously, priority would be to take this point at the airport. They do have units in there now. There's an Apache at the other side. I was waiting to see if we saw the Apaches. National Guard Apaches, which are ridiculously good. Here come the Bradleys. And those two Abrams pushing up. Trying hard to get into this point. Got an Mi-24K moved in now to do some serious damage to the infantry in these buildings. Oh, some good hits from the D-44 cannon there on those buildings as well. Lots of reinforcements coming in at this side for the blue team. There's an F-15C Eagle coming in as well. Eagle is dotted around here. Markers going down on enemy units. Karrot and Tovarish remain in good control here. Finally have capped those points and they're currently +4. 9 minutes to the victory. Holding these two central points is obviously pivotal on this map. And Karrot and Tovarish just holding them really well at the moment. Milan 2 managing to pick stuff off there. Loads of rifles. Well, 2 squads of rifles, that's all actually, trying to move in from this side. And WarYes coming up at the back. T-80B is quite badly damaged there, though. Robot about to get hit by a Milan. Oh, both of them miss. And it gets a kill on the warrior. That is just very unlucky for those warriors. 15C and 15E in at the back there. The Strike Eagle looking for a target to kill. Looks like it's coming in for a pass now on these buildings. Good kill on the infantry there. Meta squad go down. T-80BK moving up at this side to get involved with those warriors. Strike Eagle coming in for a kill on it. And it's dead. Beautiful strike. Tunguska's trying to get a kill on that Strike Eagle. And the Strike Eagle goes down. Possibly an Igla got the final blow there. Oh, the Strike Eagle is so hard to kill. Well done. F-15C still on the field. Jaguar HE bomber coming in. A little bit of movement at this side. Some reinforcements have arrived. Jaguar HE clearing out the buildings there, but the Jaguar goes down. There's a reasonable amount of AA at the back here now. Tunguska obviously doing a pretty good job. Bit more skirmishing in the city down here. Engineers pushing up on these buildings. Obviously the Spetsnaz crew have very good line of sight out of that huge building. ATGM's firing out. Wow, that was some impressive line of sight through the buildings there to kill that transport vehicle. Oh, this is a Q move push here. All these tanks pushing across into this area. One of them already badly damaged from a front hit. It's a random D-44 cannon sat in the middle of the airport here. T80B pushing up from this side. Command has gone in here for the blue team. That will neutralize the points. It's a good push, though. All those tanks coming in, absolutely mincing the infantry. There's a guy, a bomber coming in for these tanks, though. That was weird. It's almost like did it drop 2 sets of bombs there, or did something else blow up that vehicle first? This is a good push on this point. He's got stuff firing from the other side as well, across the airfield. That Milan 2 Para has been doing a really good job. T80 moving in for the kill on these tanks now, though. And the D44 cannon was moved up. Counter command coming in as well. Oh, hang on. What's going on at the back of the map here? Sneaky, sneaky with the transport chopper. Spetsnaz has got in here. Spetsnaz commander is in the point. It will die. But that +6 is devastating. Oh, beautifully done. Karrot and Tovarish. The Spetsnaz group obviously got round there, could see what was in the point, saw there was no command, and the Spetsnaz commander was moved around in a chopper. Absolutely beautiful. +8 now as the central point is back to neutralized. That is absolutely devastating. This could be a very quick win for Karrot and Tovarish. They need to get a command in this back point urgently. That rover is finally moving. Unfortunately, it wasn't sent back there as soon as that started getting capped. They may not have realised straight away. Though the fact, I think they must have realised by the time all of those Gazelle rockets came in. AC-25AT coming in there, clearing up those tanks. Very little AA at the other side, you see. You can see some tracked rapiers have been called in now. Currently +10 as the centre is now completely controlled once again by Karrot and Tovarish. Victory in 1:34. That rover command was moved out away from the artillery. This rover is taking its time getting back there, unfortunately. And the Sapri commander is still alive at the moment somehow. How is that commander still alive? Well, they're all out of rockets. They're out of rockets. They used them on the Spetsnaz GRU. So they're literally just stood above the Spetsnaz commander. And the Spetsnaz commander is shooting them all down. Oh my word. Literally the Spetsnaz commander is just shooting them all down. Stressing them all out. That's quite entertaining. That's the problem with Gazelle rockets. They only have a few, and if you use them on something else... Strike Eagle coming in for the kill, though. That'll do it. That'll do it. 2 laser guided bombs right on top of them. There we go. Command back in that point. We'll recap that very quickly. Command back in the center. But there'll still be +2 after all of this. To Karrot and Tovarish. Certainly extends the victory lines, though. Back to +4. The command was moved straight back out the point in the middle. I thought it was going to stay in there. I think that's game. Without being able to cap these 2 central points now. And certainly without moving the command straight back in the center. It would still be over within a couple of minutes because it would be +2. A rough opening game for the blue team here. Just that very early and sustained map control in the center for Karrot and Tovarish. And then the very sneaky command around the back. Obviously there was nothing there protecting that point. There's always the risk. If you don't protect your back points, then your opponent could try something like that. These BMP2s just getting mangled in the middle of the map here. Not sure why they're just moving stuff across the center like that. And Milan 2 is just having a field day. That Milan 2 has killed so much stuff. Surely is going to get MVP. Because it has killed so many vehicles driving across the middle of that point. On the middle of that area. Strike Eagle coming in for a kill on that T80. And that's game. Commiserations, blue team. Well done to Karrot and Tovarish. Just complete control of the map there. Let's have a look at those kills and losses. I want to see how well that... Oh, of course, I only get to see one player's. That's so frustrating in these team games. I only get to see one player's units. Like, in terms of what they got killed like this. That's so frustrating. Conkers did well at the other side. Isn't that weird, though? You get to see one player here, but you get to see all the enemy team's units? It's so strange. Oh, that's a Milan 2 Para. That was killed by them. I want to see what the Milan 2 Para killed. We can assume that was one of them. I think it did get a kill on the BTR-60. So 1. 2. I'm looking for its name. 3. 4, 5. Because it got the Pulmachinki. Oh, 5 kills. Okay, it wasn't as many as I thought. Probably about the same as that. Conkers and Milan 2 get the MVP in that game. Yeah, that's really frustrating that you don't get to see both players' units and what they killed. That's a real shame. Okay, let's head straight into game number 2. Welcome back to game number 2 with Karrot and Tovarish and Nihilio and Jevosta. This time, Karrot and Tovarish are blue on the left, playing as the 1st Armoured and 2nd Panzer Grenadiers. And on the right in red, we have these guys playing as the 39th and the Bandanner Gruppierung. What we got down, so we've got some Mi-24Ks and Mi-24V anti-air choppers. So the rule is you can only have 4 attack choppers on the field at any one time in the first 5 minutes. So if one dies, you could bring another one in, but only 4 are allowed in the tournament rules. So they have their 4 available. At the other side, we have some basic Gazelle attack choppers, but nothing fancy, obviously. Let's zoom in and have a look. Tornado there getting rinsed by a couple of MiG-23s. And here we go. Those Mi-24s cleaning up in the middle here. Units out in front. The FS Jaeger with no air defense with them, unfortunately. That is such a risky move. Sending out these FS Jaeger without air defense against teams that have attack choppers. It's just asking for trouble, people. This side of the map, good forward positioning from Redfall this time. Managing to get some units straight into this point. Manage to control that middle point this time as well. And over at this side, look at that. The Mi-24s are just clearing up everything. Absolutely fantastically done. The lack of AA with all those forward deployment troops, obviously devastating. Absolutely devastating. They've lost a lot of units that were sent to the center there. Oh, obviously, this is a little bit different. We are an airport, but this is the dual version of airport rather than the standard version. So, different positioning of the points, different levels of importance on those points. Obviously, really important to control this very central point in this version of the map. So important. And actually 27S just went down at the back of the map there. But yeah, on this map, very, very important to hold Echo. Zulu, Alpha, and Foxtrot and Bravo kind of go to one side or the other usually. And the big fight is over Echo. And then you've got Papa and Alpha that are kind of the back points for each team. But a lot of fighting over Echo. Mi-24 is coming back in here, not fully repaired, might I add. Looking very beat up in the middle here, Karrot and Tovarish. Those choppers coming back in, dishing out some pain. Napalm Bomber coming in here, I think, going for that building. Or going for the big tower block. trying to burn that down since they don't control it. Centurion and the Chieftain are routed in the center there. Javelin trying its best to get some kills on those choppers, has not succeeded. This is looking like a rough opening for Karrot and Tovarish at the moment. They've got a reasonable control at this side and have cleared up all the Red 4 units, but yeah, that central initial loss of units is very, very painful. There's zero control there. Have a command, looks like it's coming into that central echo point now. No command moved in at this side for Karrot and Tovarish. What is that at the far side of the map there? Just some recon moving up that way. And at the far side there, some scouts sat in the bushes. Everything neutralized right now. It's all about who can push a point. And at the moment, I'd be a tiny bit worried about Papa at the back here, because there are reinforcements being called in. That's probably the sensible thing to do. Obviously, the risk is that the Red 14 decide to push through the city here and get a little foothold in Papa, and then could cut off all three of these roads, which would stop reinforcements getting down that way. Because obviously if they control this area, they can put ATGMs there, there, and obviously in this area here to shoot out across this way. So losing access to that area would be very bad, or losing control in general. Lots of units coming over this way now, obviously looking to try and push into Foxtrot. At this point here, currently controlled by Karrot and Tovarish. Good spread of reinforcements for both teams. Obviously, Red 4 planning for an assault, but bringing stuff in to help defend this side as well. MI24 VP coming in there. Again, rocket chopper just able to clear up. Very little AA up at the front there. Infantry kind of out on their own. Pui Jaeger getting absolutely minced. There's finally a javelin within range. Same can be said for the other side though, but Gazelle rockets just do not have the same potential of damage output as those Mi-24s. Markers going down on the central point there. Over at this side, we do see some movement of those units moving up on that scimitar. Scimitar very likely to die to the BMP-1. Here we go. We got the BMPs pushing into this point now. Anti-air has been taken down, the OSA. This is where the fighting is going to be right now as they attempt to get into Foxtrot. Scimitar somehow survived for quite a while there, is finally dead, but has stalled all of those BMPs and forced an early deployment, I think. And the Fox now able to rail on those infantry in open ground. Obviously perfect for the Fox. Look at the damage output. BMPs though, firing at it now as it reverses. Still able to get some shots off on the Motostrelki. This Fox now opening up as well. Fox is having a field day. But there's still going to be a push on this point. Trying to decide if that's defendable at the moment. Over in the middle here. T-64 taking fire from the Milan 2 there. Zoom out to get a better look at all of this. Javelins and Gepards here. Gepards finally in position to tear apart these choppers. Look at the damage output. Look at the stress. Gepard's making all the difference there against those choppers. The Javelin was struggling. Very little progress by either team at that side now. Good build-up of defense in the middle for Red 4. It's really if they can push into this side, and they are slowly whittling down the units that are defending here. Oh, that was a lucky Milan 2 deployed just in time from that vehicle. More Milan 2s coming in here. Foxes still managing to rail on the Motorstrelki. And the Milan 2 managing to do some damage to the BMPs. Can I get another kill here? It does. Oh, stunned with 1 pip of health left. Good attempt by the Milan 2. It dies before it gets another shot off properly. All that firepower coming on the Jaeger there. Not looking great for Karrot and Tovarish right now. There's a lot of units trying to get into this point. Some badly damaged units, though. Oh, the Mi-24s are being brought over to assist. There is a Fliegerforst or two over here. I think those choppers have been spotted. Are those Fliegerforst on attack move, or are they just moving up, is the question. I think they're just moving up. AT Jet came in, did not get a kill. The Mi-24's clearing up here. Fliegerforst will try, but surely just going to get minced. They lack the firepower to deal with all of these choppers. HE bomber comes in there. I'm not sure it dropped its bombs. Another HE bomber came in there. Again, didn't drop bombs. And goes down at the back. Gepard coming in. That will deal with those choppers and send them running. Chieftain in the back here, but there's the command in that point. +1 and soon to be +2 to Red 4. Let's have a look at the rest of the map in case we're missing anything important. This side pretty well locked down by Red 4. I think that's a pretty good position to be in. They've got the T-64s with a bit more movement now. They can push up a bit harder. Also got the Pack MT-12 at the back there, able to fire missiles out. Over at this side, Red 4 looking pretty good at the moment. Lots of control of the center of the map now. And more units moving in. They are going to be hard to dislodge here. This isn't looking good for Karrot and Tovarish at all. How do they come back from this? It would have to completely clear out this point with a lot of reinforcements. What have they got coming in? Let's zoom right out. Leon 1F5 and some Jaeger. I don't think that really overwhelms what is at that side of the map. Loads of BMP-1s coming in at the back of the map there for the Red 4 team now. This is a rough game for Karrot and Tovarish at this point. Defensive wall on the left here is just devastating. That would be so hard to push through. Look at all those tank guns. Over at this side of the map, we have a marker gone down. That's on the Milan 2 there. Perhaps thinking about making a push on this point as well, which is very reasonable. There is a Milan 2, a Javelin, and a Terrier's Paras in there defending, and 2 rifles between. But as long as he comes around this way, potentially with those choppers, he can clear this out and then move a command in. This is looking very good. Let's spin ourselves around and just have a look from Red 4's side here. Gives us an idea of what's coming in from Blue 4. Aircraft obviously having a rougher time of it. Now there's plenty of air defense down. Bucks abound. Metis being pushed up here. Quite aggressive at this side. Red 4. They don't necessarily need to be. They could just stay and hold. Could pushing here be a mistake? Could they lose this attacking force? They don't need to push this point if they control the other side of the map. It's a slow victory at +2 because of the +1 points of the zones, but another 2 jets going down there. Lots of reinforcements arriving here, so they're probably alright, but they do feel like they just massively overextended there trying to push this point and have lost a lot of those Motorstrelki. The Metis launchers. Scout's Law pushing around this back side. Over at this side of the map. Looks like all those choppers have been taken care of. Terrier's Paras do survive there. But the push is still happening here. Red 4 pushing through this point. Have managed to clear it completely. And this side, those Motorstrelki are still being pushed up here, and the BMPs have lost quite a few units pushing here, but I think that Tovarish and Karrot have also lost quite a few units. This is just a meat grinder right now. Look at these Jaeger dying. They are making progress, but I feel like Red 4 have lost a lot of infantry trying to push this. It will aid their victory, I guess, in the long run. If they clear this out and do take Papa at the back. As I say, holding that area obviously means they cut off a lot of reinforcement routes to these points. Over at the other side of the map, we are perhaps seeing a little bit more of a push towards the far Bravo point as well. Gazelle rockets coming in here to try and clear out some of these infantry, but again, they have so few rockets. I'm not sure how Karrot and Tovarish come back from this. Just look at the map, it is very, very red. At the far side there, still have an attempt to put pressure on these red forces moving forward though. Challenger Mark II has arrived. Spin ourselves around for a better look. Jaeger taking punishment out in the open field again. Motorstrelki Metis moving into this point. I think they're going to take Bravo as well here. That will be +4. Oof. Another jet goes down though. Anti-tank. But they have killed the Challenger. Chieftain Mark 11 Command pushing up here. Probably hoping to get into that point. But there's quite a few tanks waiting for them there. And the BMPs. I see misbehavior at the other side. A Command waiting to get in that back point. A Paras leader. A marker has gone down. So I assume they've spotted it. Is that actually one of those guys? No, it's Karrot has marked it. I think he's demonstrating where he's going. I don't think it's been spotted by Red 4. Is this how they turn this around? They're now in this point, but they aren't moving their command up for it yet. A lot of clustered tanks there, Red 4. All piled on top of each other. There is a pack MT-12 protecting that point. It looks like Karrot and Tovarish have kind of held here, but literally hanging on by a thread. That Jaeger squad are almost dead. The Javelin at the other side are about to get jumped on by some Sapri and Motorstrelki. This is looking so locked down right now. I mean, literally, Karrot and Tovarish need to get those back points just to get a distraction at the moment. I'm not sure they have the forces to retake the stuff at this side. Look at this wall of red coming into this point now. Command is finally on the move as well. I guess these guys are in no immediate rush. Hell Arms coming in, but there's plenty of Iglas dotted around. And the Hell Arms only will take one hit. And then a second. And they're straight down. There it goes. They can absorb a hit from something like an Igla. But that's it once they get the second. It's not like the Mi-24s that take 3. This point now switches over. It'll be +4 to Red 4. Got a bit of a ball up of units here in the middle. But obviously the infantry caught out in the open. Lots of missiles flying. Oof. Those poor arm rifles. Absolutely minced. Absolutely minced. Oof. That was just sending lambs to the slaughter, guys. That looked painful. So much incoming supportive fire from those tanks. At the far side of the map, we have a marker down on that command, and that is from Red 4. Red 4 have seen the command. That little game is over now. Is that an Uragan? It is an Uragan at the back to hit this forest area. This could be unpleasant. Ooh. HE bombers coming in as well for that challenger. Surely will get the kill. Yes, they do. And the Uragan just stressing everything out, doing some damage. Should force those units to be pushed forward. Look at the damage already done to those tanks. Oh! And some of those missiles getting very close. The stress level. There's another tank down. That was very nasty. Very, very nasty indeed. 19 minutes left of this game. And it's not looking great for Karrot and Tovarish. And there's the surrender. Commiserations to Karrot and Tovarish. Well done to Red 4. 1 game each. Well played. Let's have a look at the kills and losses there. I'm really curious. Yeah, the Mi-24s obviously did a really good job. T-80BV. What did well at the other side? Sniper did alright. Sniper got a lot of kills on Motostrelki squads. Yeah, that was a very, very rough game for Blue 4. Though, to be fair, the other guys had a rough game in the previous one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. I'll see you all soon for some more War Now.